Hi, Kiwi. All right, we're picking up with Ori and the Blind Forest where we left off. I'm going to keep progressing, hopefully find our wind orb or whatever it's called, and talk a little bit more about Inside Out. Now, mind you, we're on episode 3 of talking about Inside Out at this point, so I'll likely call this the last episode of talking about that movie, unless I really feel like there's more to talk about in the next one, but I think I've covered most of my big talking points so far, but we'll see. I love Bash platforming so far. It just feels so good. Alright, I need to set up a save point because I have died here like 5 times off camera just trying to get a good intro. But here we go. I finally remembered to save, so if I fail, I at least have a save point. Whoop. I got hit, but I still got the bash. Cool, we made it out. Almost. There we go, and now I've healed. Oh, and I've got a level for me. Cool. Let's drop a soul link here and see what abilities we can get. I do think I'm going to keep going with this train, so let's get more health when I use a soul link. Okay. Anyway, so some... Hi, Kuro. Don't see me, please. That's a lot of angry birds.
As long as Kuro is out there, the path to the Mystery Woods will be blocked. But look up there, we might be able to distract her if we loosen that rock.
Okay. So... Gonna be some more bash platforming, I'm sure. This is a mechanic that we just need to use a lot of, it seems. Imagine if we fight Kuro with this mechanic afterwards, that would be cool. Well, I died. I mean, we're fighting all of the birds with this mechanic, may as well fight the biggest bird. We're gonna see this cutscene over and over again, aren't we, until I get it right. Darn it. Anyway, let's talk about some brief intrusive thoughts I had during this movie, and then we'll focus on, like, the actual commentary that I have left. So, first and foremost, about halfway through the movie, we're having these big emotional moments, and I am... Oh. Do I have to watch this cutscene every time? I do. Is there no way to skip this? Doesn't appear it. Ugh. Oh well. I was looking at Sadness's sweater and just like said, that sweater looks extremely cozy. I bet it's very comfortable to wear. And then I appreciated the sparkliness of Disgust's hair, and I appreciated the fuzziness of Sadness and Joy's skin. All of those were things that I just started like noticing and just couldn't stop noticing after I noticed them. I know it's kind of silly, but that is me in a nutshell. How do I get up here? Do I have to, is there a direction I keep going with? Oh, that's what I needed to do. There we go. We used Rock Slide on the bird. We used Rock Slide on Kuro, and it was super effective. And it flinched, too. Anyway, there we go. Now I can probably progress where I wanted to, thankfully. That shouldn't have been as difficult as it was. Anyway, let's actually focus on some commentary now. So, some emotional high points, or I guess technically low points of the movie. Obviously, the connection that Joy and Sadness developed towards the end. Oh, I got a bird feather. You collected Kuro's feather. To use this item, press A, then press right trigger. Kuro's feather will allow Ori to glide freely or through the wind or ride currents. Cool. So we've got ourselves a glide. Excellent.
The haze of the misty woods deceived the minds of all. Those lost within were never found.
Well, we best not get lost, except we know exactly how Jeff does, and he will definitely get lost. Haha. Haha. Okay, well, would have been cool if I landed the hit. There we go. Of course I still get hit at the end. Darn it. Kiwi, why am I so bad at life? Why is life video games? Anyway, so I very much appreciated the connection that Joy and Sadness eventually get in the movie. I very much appreciate how they show that part of the reason that those strong, happy memories were the way they were was in part because of the sadness that happened before them, or the complicated other emotions that happened before them. So finding Joy and Sadness accepting each other and their relationship to each other felt good. And so obviously the loss of Bing Bong was another instance of just that that emotional throughput. Obviously it got me pretty bad. that was literally the only thing I knew about this movie going in, is that Bing Bong dies at the end, basically. And I mean, that's fine. I don't really care about spoilers to begin with, and particularly not ones about Disney movies in most instances. I feel like the enjoyment of a Disney movie is the full package, not just limited to one thing. Please bear with me. I'm trying desperately not to die here. And so it doesn't surprise me that Bing Bong died, because I mean that's the nature of things like imaginary friends. They're important for us in the childhood. They're... Oh, what's this? Press X to listen to sign.
The shrouded lantern, this mysterious haze bellows out of its stem. If we find a way to light it, the path might clear up once again.
Anyway, like obviously that one hits hard. I mean, it's very fair. We're basically saying goodbye to a friendly, fun fellow who was with us for most of the movie, honestly. So to see him go, it feels terrible. And one thing that that scene brought back to me was memories of a game called To the Moon, which I don't remember a whole lot of, but just the way that we watched Bing Bong fade away while Joy is able to escape from the void. I don't know why. I wrote it down and I can't even remember the feelings, honestly, but I remember specifically saying, huh, this makes me think of To the Moon. Oh, this place, Kiwi, you're gonna like the aesthetic of this place, aren't you? I love the green ghostly vibe as a whole aesthetic. I mean, I think I've said before, but ghost type Pokemon are my favorite type of Pokemon out of any of the other types. So, I mean, Trevenant looks really cool, things like that. I love me some ghost vibes. The Nightmare Before Christmas is definitely one of my up there in one of my favorite Disney movies. I don't know if I'd call it my favorite, but I would definitely say I appreciate it quite sincerely. Well, at least I didn't die. I made it through here. Now, I have to be very careful because these things leave little traps on the ground that can absolutely kill me if I walk into them. I'm one hit from death as it is. Could really use some HP. I might just avoid enemies for now until I can find something to heal. I don't even have enough energy to make a soul link, so this is gonna be rough. Huh. Where do I go here? Because I can't reach that. Maybe I need to kite this enemy this way? Can you come this way? Well, come on, keep going. There we go. Oh, I get it. If I delay my fall, I can use you guys to get up now. Awesome. That's probably what we needed in that previous room that I couldn't get the life energy from. I appreciate them telling me to do this because I was not going to figure it out on my own, I think. I kind of forgot that we already got this power up as it is. Oh my goodness, we're falling. This is unfortunate. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Okay. We made it. Whoop. Whoop. Oh, I somehow have not died through all of this, but I don't know how long that's gonna last, especially with an enemy like this around. Wow. I feel like I did not deserve to live through all that, but I'm not gonna complain. I still can't set up a save point, which means I can die at any second now and have to do the whole thing over again. Oh, thank goodness. That doesn't save me from anything because most things do 2 damage here, but at least we're not dead. Feels like this is leading us to something, so let's go all the way here. Alright, a map point, or a key. Down we go. Looks like I could have gone down here, guess not. This is some spooky ambiance? Spooky ambiance. Anyway. I was talking about To the Moon. It's a game that I play. So I went through like a pixel horror, just indie game as a whole. No. Kiwi. Okay, I made a soul link here. Now if I die, at least I can make it back. Kiwi, that was embarrassing, to say the least. Anyway, the, so... Look at that. That was fancy, right? And all that for 1 heal. Or a little bit of experience. And then a death, so it doesn't even stay with us. Can I make it back now is the question, because I don't think I can. Wait, I've got a plan. Yeah. Alright, I genuinely love this mechanic. It feels so good. Alright, let's grab this and save. I've already been here, though. So where's the other map fragment is the question. I feel like I might be able to destroy this, so let's try and redirect something towards that. Or maybe... Have I not been this way yet? Feels like I should have been. No, I guess not. Okay, then down we go. Oh, I like these little mushroom trees. They're cute. They're all ghosty mushrooms. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, you know what's something I need to comment on? The dream Canadian boyfriend joke. I loved... I can't even see what hit me there, honestly. Whatever, we're gonna save. We did it. We got the thingy. Now how do I get out of here? Like, I just legitimately can't tell what's hitting me here. Was it just the enemy? Oh.
Deceived by the mist, they were lost in the woods.
That felt fancy for a second there. Alright, deceived by the mist, they were lost in the woods. Let's finish this guy. I feel like I can combo DPS here really fast if I use certain mechanics properly. Like, Stomp does a ton of damage, and I'm definitely not invulnerable during it, but if I use it properly, it pays off pretty huge. Oh, new cutscene. Let's see, what's this?
Atsu's torch. Atsu's torch. It was lost in this place. If we carry it to the Shrouded Lantern, it might show us the way.
Alright, so we just have to get to that. At least we know where our MacGuffin that we're aiming for is. The question is, how do we even get there? Can I break through this? Can I break through this? Oh, you know what? There's a path over here, I think. Huh. Okay, you know what they're doing? They're making it so every time you go back and forth, it's a new area, and I am getting so thrown off by that. But at least I know where to go now. I just have to travel to the left after traveling from the left. Oh, that is so disorienting, Kiwi. Now, like, I mean, being lost in the woods is no, like, stranger to video games. I mean, ever since Zelda did it with the Lost Woods, I imagine a lot of places have kind of just done that association with the mysterious woods where everyone is prone to getting lost sort of vibe. But my goodness, are they doing it well here? Oh, this isn't helpful. I don't like how the, like, thorns wiggle at us too. That's very threatening. But, like, the entire world is kind of warbling to a degree. Took him out with his own projectile. We're safe. It seems like this might be a little tricky to provide commentary over, unfortunately. I will do my best. But so I was in the process of talking about To the Moon. To the Moon is again a pixel game that a pixel art game that I played a while back. Around the same time as other games like Ib and I think The Witch's House was called maybe. Those were all pixel horror type games, but they were very interesting, and I was very into that scene back in the day. And I remember To the Moon was effectively about someone trying to create memories for someone who's effectively on their deathbed, and who has like a degree of amnesia and is forgetting the world. I think not amnesia, dementia rather, and they're forgetting the world around them, and they're trying to like let them have this one last live out this one last memory / dream that they had of going to the moon in a rocket ship, and it has this very nostalgic and somber vibe of letting go of those whose time have come, and but also supporting them in their final moments. And so, again, I think Bing Bong's end triggered some memories of that game. Again, it's hard for me to fully remember what I was exactly feeling in the moment because it's been about a week since I watched that movie. But I definitely remember having some vibes of To the Moon for some reason when watching it. Whatever the reason may have been. Beyond... Oh, anyway, I was going to talk about the Dream Canadian Boyfriends, which I thought, one, was hilarious, just as an entity of its own. But first off, I don't know why, but I did not enjoy the imagery associated with the Dream Canadian Boyfriends just getting, like, mass-produced and then siphoned into a backpack or an inventory bag.
Tatsu used to climb the mountains high atop Saro Pass. When her brother's torch faded, she fell to the mists, where she lost her path.
All right, what ability do we get now? But I don't know. There was something that I found vaguely unpleasant about watching people just get mass-produced and siphoned into the bag. You've learned Climb. To use this ability, hold right trigger when you're against a wall to travel along its surface. Okay, now we really are playing Celeste mechanics. Excellent. I was trying to do this earlier, but it didn't work because this isn't Celeste, but now it is. Hooray! Wait, where am I? What wall am I supposed to climb? Oh, okay. Is it like a... Does it spawn and despawn, or is it just there? Yeah, it does. Okay. Anyway, but the other thing I wanted to comment on that is when she put them in the bag, I wasn't sure what she was going to do with them. I thought it would be interesting what she decided to do. But then she goes and, I don't know what the trick to this is. Why do they despawn? Am I missing something silly? Here, let's go for it. Well, at least it set up a save point for us, thankfully. I'm just gonna go for it. There we go. Not sure why they intermittently despawned, but at least we got out. Is there something down here before I go back? I think this is the way we came, probably. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up and see what's up here. Whoop. I am taking so much unnecessary damage. This is the way I came. Never mind. Oh, dearie me, Kiwi. I get very... The Lost Woods, as it turns out, I am prone to getting lost in them, but let's go ahead and heal. I'll use the Stomp to get through here very quickly. And cool, I just proved that you can use the bash to bail out of the Stomp animation if you need to. Oh goodness, not... Whoa, this is a new enemy. Oh, it explodes. Cool. But anyway, the comment I want to make about the Canadian Boyfriends, besides what I already did, is just the fact that when she starts taking them out of the bag and you see them just forming a giant, like, linear tower, I'm like, oh no, she's doing the thing that Naruto did in that one episode where he, like, makes a bridge out of his shadow clones, and I was totally on it. I was 100% right about that, which I found rather amusing. Alright, I don't think I can destroy this guy, so we're just gonna bail out. Oh no. Nope. Kiwi. Oh, I get it. So they spawn in and out of reality every time I jump. Okay. That makes a lot more sense now. I hadn't figured that out yet, so... Okay. So every time I do a jump off the ground, that's when they spawn in or out. Got it. But yeah, they just straight up used an idea from Naruto in the show or in the movie, and I thought it was funny. Like, I doubt they copied it, but it's still cute to see it used in such a manner, especially with it not being shadow clones, but rather just mass-produced boyfriends, because that is an image, if there ever was one. I also appreciate that they were like, we will die for Riley, and they were true to their word on that one. Oh, another comment I had was when Riley stops the bus to get off, when she realizes, oh wait, this is a terrible mistake, I don't want to abandon my family. Did you notice that bus driver gave her the dirtiest look when she got off? Like, Why did you waste my time? How could you waste my time like this? He was upset at her. This is a weird set of platforming. I guess I'm just going back and forth until I... Oh, okay, we get a little platform now. Okay, cool, cool. And there's the, oh, we need 4 key fragments. Where do I go from here? Do I just go back now? Oh, I think the woods just changed shape again. Yeah, we're going back to something new. Probably. Yeah, there we go. That's something new. Maybe I can use this again real quick. Would you kindly buzz off? I like that I can just throw him off of a cliff. Can you... What am I supposed to do here? Does this also change when I jump? I'm not sure. I'm going the wrong way anyway, so... But yeah, that bus driver gave her such a dirty look. Anyway, I think the long and short of my relationship, or my interpretation of this movie is... I think it's... The beauty of this movie is showing that some of the strongest memories we share with others aren't always positive, but they help shape and connect us. And in a way, even when those emotions are strong, they're part of us and they're uniquely beautiful. What do I do here? Ugh. They're uniquely beautiful, and so even if they are negative in a way, there is still something to appreciate about just being able to have them in the first place. And I think that's the takeaway from this movie that I'm going to have. But on that notion, like just continuing on, I guess another thing I appreciated was just that that whole, like, when the boy that Riley meets, they show inside his brain, girl alert, that moment. That was really funny. But interestingly enough, I feel like for both Kiwi and we don't have like girl alert. We have human alerts. And I figured out how to do this now. What I need to do is not jump at all off of this platform, but just fall with the feather. There we go. Okay. That took a little bit more brain than it should have. But one thing that Kiwi pointed out that I'd like to say, and I appreciate, is how they portrayed what we presume to be depression in this scene, in those scenes where when Riley was truly getting, like, reaching her lowest points in the movie, rather than it being sadness, the blue color kind of taking over her memories, it was like the dark gray. And like obviously in some degree that's her forgetting her memories, but also I think it's also just representative of we interpreted it as being representative of depression, and we appreciated that they tried to represent depression, if that's what they were aiming for, as something separate from sadness, because it is like, yes, sadness is linked with depression to some degree, but they are different entities. We have both experienced that feeling of just the emotional void, for lack of a better word, where you feel like you don't feel anything necessarily. You don't feel sad, you don't feel happy, you don't feel. And it is kind of this gray void of, I don't even know how to describe it, honestly, but it's probably one of the worst ways to feel, because not only can you not, you don't necessarily even feel sad, you stop feeling anything, you feel so disconnected from the world around you. And I think it's one of the things that sets apart those who have experienced those emotions from those who haven't. It's hard to connect with that sort of feeling if you've never experienced it before. I think anyone and everyone at some point in their life has felt sad. But depression really, it does feel like this whole other entity in a lot of ways. And kind of resonating with that, how like the personality island started to fall apart when those things started to gray out. Like it really does feel like that. Like suddenly everything that you value, everything that makes you who you are, kind of falls apart, and you don't want to engage in any of it often. And it's not a good feeling. It really isn't, and I don't wish it for anyone. I do wish that sometimes those who have never experienced it are more willing to understand that it's not something they've experienced, but for those who have experienced it, it is strong, it is real, and it is often debilitating to those who suffer from it. And and be willing to understand that, even if they, or try to understand that, even if they can't empathize from personal experience. But whatever your experiences with your own emotions, personal stories, and things of that nature go, however that goes, again, offer an ear, offer kindness, offer just someone to be there so you can have... I think that's what lets us connect with others, is our willingness to both engage and interact with each other. And when we are not necessarily ready to do that, we take a step back and we think about what it is we do need in those moments. But sometimes the best thing you can do is reach out and talk to someone, even if it doesn't feel like that's the right thing. And I'm not saying that's what it is for everyone, but for me it certainly is. At this point, I've just stopped playing this as a game with combat in it, and I'm just focusing on the platforming, honestly. I just keep getting killed every time I try to engage with something that wants to kill me. And I'm going to remember to place my soul link for a change, because my goodness, am I really good at losing progress because I forget to save. Alright, so where am I meant to go? Probably over here, I imagine. Right, I can float. I need to remember that I can float, and that'll let me go up this way. There we go. And let's drop a soul link, because we made some good progress there. And there is our last key fragment at long last. Ooh, that took a while to get to, I feel. I don't know what I'm going to do here other than die, unfortunately. Alright. Let me have my closing remarks on Inside Out. Like I said, I think there is a beauty in being able to recognize that emotions, both strong and negative, are a part of life, and while they aren't always the best feeling, they are part of what makes us who we are, makes how we connect to people that much more special. And I appreciate what the movie shows in regards to that. Oh, well, goodbye, world. And if I have any final closing remarks, it's that dog brain. What is it? The food brain, like all of the dog, like when they show the emotions and like the brain of the dog. Food brain Jeff is absolutely the dog brain response was also how Jeff responds for food. That guy has food. That guy has a dog. Can I pet? Can I eat? That's basically my two emotions when I see those sorts of things. I just want to get out. Please let me out. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. Oh my goodness, Kiwi, I am dying so much in this game. And a lot of it's avoidable like that, but not all of it feels that way. Whatever, we'll just damage boost through that, I guess. But yeah, I guess one other comment worth saying is we talked about, we noticed that in the movie the person who drives headquarters varies by the character they show. So for example, Riley's mom was driven by sadness, Riley's dad was driven by anger, Riley herself is driven by mostly joy but also a little bit of sadness. For me, I definitely feel as though my emotional drivers are going to be both a combination of joy and sadness. And I think that's in part why I'm such a nostalgic person, because I get lost in happy memories and feel the bittersweetness of not necessarily being able to relive them or interact with them the way I used to. When things change, I certainly feel those emotions too. And then Kiwi, you've said very much that your driver would be fear. Anxiety is a core emotion of both of us, but I think you represented it far stronger than I do, unfortunately. But just because you have those emotions, again, doesn't mean that they are wrong or bad. They are just part of what makes you you. And I appreciate you in every way for what you are. I feel like there's something up here still that I didn't get access to, but I don't know how to get up there reliably, so... Oh wait, I can climb. Although I still don't think that's right. Okay, we made it through that though. I died so much, Kiwi. That didn't feel great. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, a new enemy? Looks like we're having 2 of these now. This is a boss fight. This is a mini boss fight. Okay, let's go. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for Inside Out reviewing. I think overall, I liked the movie, but I don't think it's my favorite movie, if that makes sense. There were things that resonated with my core and with my identity, but I feel as though I didn't necessarily resonate with the characters themselves as much, which I guess is hard because they are kind of supposed to be like this pure, unfiltered version of a core emotion, which, depending on how you view yourself, may or may not be appropriate. I did find a lot of the humor quite on point. I thought again, the visual metaphors, the writing was great, but the way that everything kind of almost felt like I would call it on the rails almost for how things were designed, and not my favorite way the plot unfolded, I guess, for a Disney movie at least. But all in all, a good experience all in all. I think with that said, if I were to put this on a tier list, I would probably give it a B. Solid movie, great for enjoyment, maybe just not the one that is meant for me like it is meant for other people. And again, this is entirely subjective. If you think this is the best Disney movie out there, I won't argue it. I think there is something to be enjoyed by, there's something to enjoy in this movie, and just because that is my experience with this movie doesn't mean it can't be different from yours. But I definitely enjoyed it, and I enjoyed sharing it with you, Kiwi. But with all that said, I think that's it for Inside Out. I got to my destination. We'll get this new power-up, and then we'll see where the... what is it? The Sorrow Woods? I've already forgotten where we are. Misty Woods. We'll see what the Misty Woods have to offer after that. Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. In the next one, more Ori, and I don't know what the next movie is going to be. We're going to be deciding that today, so look forward to it. Love you, and see you soon.